Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls. This is me, Crudeless. Hello, and we are joining Anora here back in the Firelink shrine in Lordran. Oh, another player. Hello. So, in this episode, or in last episode by the way, we actually ventured to the right underneath the first bell of awakening. And we discovered I guess Firekeeper Soul in both in New Londo and where is it? Firekeeper Soul, and in the parish above in the cathedral. So let's turn this one in at the cleric maiden here, the silent maiden. Let's give her the Firekeeper Soul here. And now we have an Estus Flask plus 2, I guess. As you can see, our current Estus Flasks are at 12. You get additional Estus Flasks if someone else, an online player, actually kindles the last bonfire that you rested at. So since we rested at this Firelink shrine, and you see this guy, maybe he kindled the bonfire, and we actually got an additional Estus Flask. That's nice. In this episode, we are going to actually get our weapon replaced. This hand axe starting to feel a little old, if you ask me. So before we do that, we want to actually explore this Firelink shrine place a bit first, because there are some items here and some interesting, or at least one interesting NPC around here. Let's talk to this guy. As you can see, he's wielding a mace and a shield.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Firelink. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
So at the beginning, he's fairly reluctant to talk to us. Let's talk to him again.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
So we had a copper coin. Let's look at this thing. Coin made of copper. Its face shows Old Man McCloyf, god of medicine and drink. Even coins of great value in the world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are fond of carrying these around. So he has like a wish to come, or at least he is from a place called Thorland, and he's actually a cleric. And I guess he wants to return home.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Sure.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
So, here's one of the things that is a bit different from Demon Souls, but quite cool in both Dark Souls 1 and 2, and you can join a covenant. This is basically a pact you make with an NPC, which makes you part of their current group. You can leave covenants whenever you want to, but if you kill a member of the current covenant you're in, or another covenant while you're not in it, you will be basically hated by that covenant, and you'll be thrown out, cast away. But yeah, there is a way to get back into a covenant once you're hated, by the way, so don't worry about that. But yeah, let's join this covenant, because there isn't really any consequences to not doing so. So let's go ahead. And by doing this, we'll be able to talk to them a bit more, because we establish a covenant with, I guess, the gods.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
So we don't really have any faith at all. We can learn gesture here. We can learn to shrug. That's a pretty cool gesture, actually. But yeah, we can talk to this guy again.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
So he's waiting for his companions, and they're actually coming later in the game. They're going on some sort of an expedition for the gods, and the gods, of course, are in Lordran, and the god mainly is known as Gwyn, as you saw in the intro tutorial, and we are actually sent on a mission to get the rings, the bells of awakening, so we can go on a pilgrimage to the place where the gods live.
An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you, but you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
So we could actually pay him for that, but we don't really have enough souls, so...
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred.
But yeah, it's a little scummy, the guy.
Come
You don't
again.
really... You want souls, you want money, you want me to bribe you for telling me what you're about to do here? I guess you're not really that good of a cleric at all. Oh well, you know, turn the other cheek and all that. Oh well. But yeah, there are some more stuff here. He'll be of more use to us later on, since we don't have much faith. We looted that guy previously, and there is also some loot down here if we didn't already get that. Oh, I guess that was the route we took earlier. Down here, by the way, you see the elevator is going up. That's where we came down in the previous episode. But down here, there is a secret passage, and right here, there are some treasure chests, and you can get this immediately after you get to the Firelink, or to Lordran, to the Firelink Shrine. There is a cracked red-eye orb. These are pretty cool. You can invade other people's worlds, basically. Allows players to temporarily imitate this ability normally limited to the dark wraiths of Kaith. Huh, that's pretty interesting. So we'll be learning more about the dark wraiths eventually. Those are a pretty cool story. We get the Morning Star and the Talisman. These are actually cleric weapons, both of them. Nothing really interesting about them, but this can be used to cast miracles that we learned from Petrus back there. And in the last chest, we'll get the item I'm about to use in a few minutes. And this is the Homewood Bone, which is crushed undead bones that makes you able to actually teleport back to your previous bonfire that you rested at. So that's pretty awesome. We also get some Lloyd talismans, and these are used by clerics. To utilized by Allfather Lloyd's cleric knights to hunt down the undead. It can block Estus recovery, basically. So you can use this in PvP to throw at other players if you don't want them to recover. If you invade their world with a cracked red-eye orb. So yeah, right here in the graveyard there are some skeletons, and these guys are pretty tough early on in the game. So I recommend you not fight them at this current point. What you want to do is we'll check more of this later on in the graveyard. But before you do that, we want to run down here. This place is where some people go early on in the game, and they are faced with terrible, terrible danger. This is the Catacombs, and you can see these skeletons are fairly aggressive. So what you want to do here is you want to run down all the way past these skeletons. And you want to take a left here. And we want to run as fast as possible, by the way. So we want to get these guys behind us as far as possible. Because this is what some people regard as a suicide run. Let's see how it goes. So here is one of these guys. And oh, we got a skeleton behind us. That's not good. So what you want to do is you want to take care of this guy before the skeleton comes down. Because this guy is a necromancer. Oh, hello. And he throws fire at us, which is not good at all. So yeah, we're about to die, and then we died. So we want to, you can get down to him before the skeletons get behind you. And we want to get to him, because if we don't kill him, he'll keep resurrecting these skeletons. And they will be immortal until we kill him, unless you have a divine weapon or a weapon with a divine modifier, which I explained in like the forging explanation in the previous video at Andre of Astora. So yeah, I guess one trick to do this is you can either run down to the left there, but I usually just run through here. But if you want to do this quickly, I recommend actually doing this with a lot of endurance, I guess. I did a trial run previously, like a few minutes ago, and it went a lot better than this. So I did it in the first attempt, actually. So it should go fine. This is why I'm using the pyromancer, by the way, because the pyromancer flame is really ideal to kill the necromancer early on in the game. If you don't have the pyromancer's flame, he can be quite an ordeal to take on. So we want to make sure we actually do that. By the way, this skeleton might even block you earlier, so you want to get out of there as quickly as possible. Let's try to take care of him. But he has such a quick cast time, by the way, so it's super hard to actually get him down. But as you can see, we are a bit more lucky with the timing on the come on! I thought I was quicker there. Let's wait for him to cast and then take him on. So yeah, we were a bit more lucky this time. Oh, there he is. Hello! I guess we just go balls to the wall, get him down. By the way, these skeletons fairly resistant against I guess piercing damage and also against I guess, slash attacks. So if you want to kill them, use like a mace or something, and preferably activated with or infused with divine magic. So we want to activate this, and we want to touch this. We actually want to rest here, by the way. So let's rest up. We can actually level up. So let's get some more dexterity. That's wonderful. This guy drops a lot of souls, by the way. Oh, look at this. There are lots of bugs on the wall. Really creepy place. Yeah, I love the design of the catacombs. And the catacombs are actually a place where people might go early on in the game. And it's possible. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what is called a suicide run, which I actually did just now. But we're going down further into the catacombs. Most people go here later on in the game, but there are, I think the intention of this game was actually to go here a little earlier. So, there are more skeletons along the way. There are some necromancers, and there are some, oh, let's just dodge that. There are some pathways down below. What we want to do is we want to, activate another switch here, and let's just dodge away from these guys. Oh, here, he got me in the back there. That's not good. So we want to just avoid all of these bolts. This part is the most difficult part, by the way. And you only have to do this like once. Oh, that was terrifying. So we need to go around here. By the way, those wisps there, they blow up and explode, deal a ton of damage. And there are also traps in the little statues over there. So we got a soul of a... Oh, that's not good. But we want to get this switch here. And once we actually press the switch, we're actually immune to damage. So if we are lucky, we'll maybe get out of here. Let's try to get a heal off. Yeah, wonderful. Amazing. So now you see the bridge has actually turned to the other side. Now, if we die, we'll be able to jump down on this bridge. Over here, we want to jump down to the right before this guy comes for us. So we want to jump down to the right here. And we can go over the bridge, or we can go up here. By the way, in here, there is actually... Oh, by the way, watch out for this thing to the left there. That's a trap. But yeah, there is actually a hidden pathway, and up there is a bonfire. And there's a guy here. Let's talk to him.
Good day. What are you doing in the catacombs?
If you answer yes, he'll basically be trap you on the next pathway over there. He'll pull the lever once you are out. Oh, hello! Out on the the little bridge there, and he'll basically make you fall to your death. Let's see if he does it, even though we said no. I may be wrong on this one, but yeah. Either way, we're gonna jump down to the right here and land on this platform right here, and then we go down here, and most people just jump down to that little lever there. And he actually did turn that one around, so he wanted to trap us, and we would have died if we kept running over to the blue white light over there. Here is the weapon we were always aiming to get. Oh, someone died there. This is the Great Scythe, and this is the main attraction today, baby. So we're gonna equip the Great Scythe. It's a halberd, attack type slash weapon with a long curved blade converted from a wheat carving harvesting tool. The magnificent sharp curved blade instills fears in its opponent. Perhaps it is their survival instinct at work. Not really that much of a special weapon, but I enjoy this one a hell of a lot. It's a freaking amazing weapon. And it has some awesome animations. You can do an overhead slash, by the way. This little thing here is actually like a place where you can fall down to a layer below you, but we don't want to do that. We want to go down here. And we can either go down... Oh, hello there, Sonny! Yeah, let's block him and just... Ooh, another guy fell down. You can kick these guys off the ledges, by the way, and they'll mostly be... oh, let's loot this guy, by the way. This is a trap, so be careful. But there is another soul of a proud knight, so we'll get some more souls eventually later. Oh, hello there, Sonny! Oh, sorry for being a little... There we died. Okay, but that doesn't matter. We'll be able to get down there pretty easily next time. And by the way, this dying in this place is entirely normal, so just don't worry about it. We'll really, you know, reminisce about that. So we have our weapon of choice, and really, just take a look at this. This time it's going to be a lot more easy, or a lot easier, I guess. So yeah, ooh, here we have another skeleton, and these three guys, usually there is like 2 of them charging at you at once. So yeah, just be careful about that. As you can see, the button we pressed previously has actually turned again, so I'm not sure about why that is, but oh well. We could actually deal some damage to these skeletons now, but I prefer not to be honest. Let's just keep running. But if we that thing, there it is. Okay, so it's fine. But Patches messed this up previously. Come on. There we go. Oh, I didn't think you actually made it, son. These guys are fairly aggressive, as you can see. But I don't recommend actually going to the bonfire there. I recommend staying at the top for a reason you'll see later on. So, Patches, you're not trusty at all. Just stay out of my way, okay? Please. Let's push this lever. Gah. Okay, so we want to make our way across this little bridge. Ooh. For another little feature. Oh, there was a huge explosion down there. Oh, this isn't good. This is not good at all. Let's try to heal up. There we go. Oh. And you want to conserve some of these, by the way. Let's jump across this pathway here. You want to conserve some Estus flasks, by the way, because we are going to use them eventually. And here is the second ordeal of this place. As you can see, this creature at the end of the tunnel here is fairly reminiscent of the one we encountered in the undead parish. It's a Titanite demon. So you want to avoid this one because at level 1 it'll basically kill you pretty easily. So we want to dodge away from those spells. You want to get this item over here. The Eye of Death, which is what we were here for. Wait for him to cast the electricity spell. And jump inside this little coffin here. You're safe inside the coffin, by the way. He won't hurt you, even though he just walks around. Stay in here for a few... This is one of the hidden secrets of the game, but it's known to a lot of people nowadays. But in the earlier parts of Dark Souls history, this was a pretty cool little secret. So just stay in here for a while, and you'll eventually get a cutscene. Where the fuck is this? The Tomb of the Giants. Pretty interesting. So, we actually got if you have the Eye of Death and you go into that coffin, you'll be able to actually return or actually be teleported down to this Tomb of Giants. The dreadful eyes of death spread disaster across neighboring worlds. Phantom lured to the host's world may end up as victims, allowing the eyes of death to multiply, leading to further proliferation of bane. So yeah, this is an item that you can use for PvP, but if you have it in your inventory and go into the coffin, you'll be teleported here. Now, I'm going to show you a clip back from the intro cinematic.
Nito, the first of the dead.
So yeah, remember that guy? That is Nito, the first of the dead and keeper of one of the the souls. And here he is. This is Nito, the Gravelord. Let's pray to the sarcophagus of the Gravelord. You can see he has a huge blade, but he's not hostile to you. That's pretty interesting. So he also has a covenant, apparently. So you can join this covenant, and you'll be given a few rewards. Get the Gravelord sword, which is the sword he's holding, and the miracle Gravelord sword dance. We're also in the Gravelord covenant. We can offer the Eye of Death, and if we do, We lose 1 Eye of Death, but we'll gain like a favorability with him. Covenant Allegiance. So you can rank up in this covenant to gain some bonuses, which is pretty cool. And you can use you can gain more of these by luring phantoms to worlds and then killing them. So that's how you rank up in that world while being in the Gravelord's covenant. But we got this Gravelord sword. Look at the damage on this thing. Okay, compare that to the hand axe, which is 80 damage. This one has 265 damage, and unfortunately it only has E scaling and it requires 24 strength, 13 dexterity. But it's so strong early on in the game. So if you want to breeze through the early parts of the game, this weapon is probably the one that you should use. Let's take a look at how it looks. It looks pretty awesome. But I didn't want to use that in this game because we went quite heavy on the. Now I don't have enough strength to use it actually, so my attacks get really messed up. But yeah, if you get that weapon, the first part of the game is really easy. You might wonder, how do we get home? Do you want to use the homeward bone to get back on to the place we were? No, we can actually go back to the coffin. But before we do, let's take a look at the lore of the blade. Sword wielded only by servants of Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead, crafted from the bones of the fallen. The miasma of death exudes from the sword, a veritable toxin to any living being. So that's pretty cool. We also got the miracle known only by the servants of the first dead, Gravelord Nito, giant Gravelord sword. Swords jut out in vicinity. Nito sleeps deep within the giant catacombs, quietly overseeing all death and waiting for his servants to usher in the Eye of Death. So he wants more Eyes of Death, apparently. So that's pretty interesting. Nito is actually a really cool guy. So let's just, if you want to return, just jump into this coffin and you'll get another cutscene. We'll be teleported back to the cavern with the Titanite demon. So yeah, I'm going to skip that. By the way, oh, that was not good at all. So yeah, be careful about that, by the way. Oh my god. I was frightened there a second. Yeah, he'll basically torment you a bit there, if you're unlucky. So, to proceed. Oh my god, what is up with my dodging today? You can either proceed through this door down to the bottom of the catacombs, or we could take a shorter path, which I enjoyed to take at least 90% of the time. By the way, the spells end about there, thrown by that guy. So you want to go over here to the little ledge here, and you see the little corpse with the glowing item. Just drop down to this thing. Listen, you take some damage, but you're okay. It gets a large soul of a native soldier, and you want to jump down to this place as well. If you're in human form, by the way, and early on in the game, you can actually get a summon sign here if you want to, and you can get help on the, or I guess the area next to this one. So you want to be very careful here, by the way, because the enemies at the bottom of this little cavern is super annoying. We get some priest hat and some holy robes, and there their bone wheel skeletons are, and those guys are annoying. As you can see, they are pretty dangerous. I didn't see that guy. I thought the guy was, yeah, there. So those guys are the bane of my existence. Really, the worst part about Dark Souls are those guys. Or even worse than on Orlando archers. Yeah, I'm positive. But they are, you have to be lucky on this part, by the way. Sometimes they hit you from behind if you dodge the right way. Other times they are not there, and oh, that was dumb. But yeah, this time we could simply just jump down to the ledge there. That was embarrassing. Oh well. We keep trying on. By the way, I have this game on an SSD, so the loading times are pretty short, so that's really nice if you want to just get right back into the action. But yeah, expect some deaths doing this, by the way, but I prefer to do this pretty early on for just the sake of the story, really. And yeah, I get to show you Nito, so I'm pretty satisfied. Oh, we aren't not done yet. You want to drop down to this path right there and try to... Come on! What is wrong with you? Now, as you can see, we are back at the place with patches. You want to get around these guys. And you want to actually fall down to this little... The place we were previously there. Use your Estus as necessary. These guys fall down. Now we are back at the place where we got the corpse. There was a wisp up there. I gotta be careful. And there we have the Pinwheel skeletons. The bane of my existence. By the way, tip against these guys, actually have your shield in your back. Because it actually blocks some parts of the damage. Now you want to roll. Why do I have slow roll? Oh, I guess the weapon is actually making me more heavy. Sorry for going up into falsetto all the time, by the way. I guess we don't have enough endurance to light roll with this weapon. I didn't really realize until now. But yeah, that's the fog door. Let's remove some of our clothes. I guess now we have the quick roll. That's nice. Because we need to stay below, I guess, 20% carry burden. So down here, this room is pretty interesting. As you can see, this little top here is actually slid to the left. So it looks like this actually was a big, like, coffin, which is interesting. Jump down here and get a cutscene. This guy's known as Pinwheel, and he is a necromancer who stole the power from Nito, the Gravelord. And this guy is one of the, I guess, easiest bosses in the game, to be honest. He just makes multiple copies of himself, and he shoots fireballs. I guess light bulbs. That's all he does. But yeah. You want to have a... Oh, we actually took damage from this guy. That wasn't really supposed to happen. Oh well. If you're having trouble with this guy early on, just make sure you actually... Oh, that was a clone. Why does he keep hitting me? Really? I'm out of Estus Flask. This is not good. We're not really doing that much damage, to be honest. Might want to switch to like pyromancy tactic. So... And he will multiply, and all these guys will actually deal damage to me. So you want to listen to the sound of music. I guess the sound of the magic he actually throws at you. Where is he now? Come on, there he is. So yeah, that's Pinwheel. Not really good with his aim, to be honest. Really reminiscent of the Fool's Idol boss in the Tower of Latria and Demon Souls. Oh, there we are, empty. But yeah, he's one of the easier bosses to take on early on in the game. Watch me fail on this guy. Oh, I actually didn't see that. That was... Come on, don't die now. There we go. So once you kill him, I actually almost died on this guy. That was really terrible. Oh well, we get the Rite of Kindling. By the Rite of Kindling, you may now kindle beyond the normal limit. We also get a homeward bone and some humanity. If you go over here and loot this corpse, you actually get the mask of the child. We got the child, actually. That one is really good. One of the three masks of the Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the Gravelord and reigns over the Catacombs. This mask belonging to the naive child slightly raises stamina recovery speed. This is super good, by the way, because it stacks with our Grasscrest shield, which also recovers stamina. So yeah, that's nice. Might be using that actually, but you can't upgrade that. So we'll be using it momentarily, or at least for the moment. You can see this room is pretty nice. It has a lot of books and lots of corpses. This guy was doing experiments on resurrecting something from the dead, I think. So we got the Rite of Kindling, which he actually stole from Nito, the first of the dead. So this secret rite allows bonfires to be bolstered further with kindling so that even more Estus can be collected. That's wonderful. We can now carry up to 20 Estus flasks at a time, depending on how much we have kindled our bonfires. And kindling was a sacred rite passed down among clerics, but all undead can imitate the process in the same manner that they restore their hollowing with humanity. How peculiar that humans had found little use for humanity until they turned undead. That's pretty cool if you ask me. I love the fact little factoids on that one. If you want to go out here, by the way, there is a ladder over here, so you don't have to homeward bone just yet. But yeah, this place after this little boss here is actually really dark, and you're not supposed to go here until much later on in the game. As you can see, there are some pitfalls down here. Yeah, this place is not nice. So actually what we want to do is we want to use our homeward bone now and get us back to the top of the catacombs. And here we are, able to level up and rest at the bonfire. Let's get some more levels. We want to up our dexterity to about 20 this time. And let's keep our souls at about 9,000, which is nice. Don't have a plan to actually waste those on anything else. If we try to take on these guys, they're fairly strong still, so I don't even expect to do that much of a damage, even with this weapon. If you have the Gravelord, sword, you'll be able to deal with these guys fairly easily, and Pinwheel will be basically 3-shotted. So that's one little note. You should maybe get out of my way. What the? That was intense. Whoa. Did not expect the wisp there. I didn't think he could damage me while I was down though, but oh well. Let's hope we can get our souls back. If we can't, that would be horrible. Maybe I should put on the Ring of Sacrifice, but nah, that's not. So those guys can actually hit you down from the ladder if you're not quick enough, so be careful. Oh my god, my voice is cracking right now. It's terrible. We got our souls, and we... Not even gonna comment on that thing. I know my worst enemy in the Souls games are actually falling down. That's like what I die from 90% of the time. Seriously, fall damage. It's the worst. I hate falling down to instant death. In the Mario games as well, I just don't want to deal with that thing, to be honest. Instant death from falling? Really? Oh? Oh well. Let's buckle up, put our shield up, and just... We could parry these guys, but I guess I just want to keep him from hitting me. Let's keep rolling out. So even though that posed quite a bit of trouble, actually, getting us out of there, but we got some souls, actually, 200. So let's return to the Firelink Shrine. Woohoo! Look at that. The bright lights of the sun touching our faces. Not foreshadowing anything. Such a wonderful place, the Firelink Shrine. I love this place. By the way, if you could look at this thing, you could actually see that this is actually a... There's supposed to... Oh, hello! There's supposed to be like something... Some sort of an opening there. But let's rest here. If we can, guess we have to get rid of this skeleton. Stay down. There we go. So yeah. We went down into the catacombs and got rid of Pinwheel. Let's rest at this bonfire. And continue on in the next episode, guys. See you then.